How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Trailmakers Creations with me, ThatDomGuy. Thanks for joining me. Today's episode, we are going to be starting with, I had a viewer request a little while ago for a sub that could just fly out of the water and just dive right back into the water. So I came up with the Seagull sub. So this is how this sucker works. It doesn't look like much when it's together like this, and it doesn't really work that great when you're on the ground, because it's actually a plane and a sub combined into one. So let's see if we can get into the air here. As you can see, we are very bird-like looking. We even got the little eyeball on the front here with the little bill, the beak, and then we can hit number 1 and just fold up and drop right into the water. We're a totally steerable, controllable sub. Just uses the tail for steering while we're underwater. This one actually has a couple of cannons on it. And yeah, you can just fly upwards like this, hit number 1 to transform, fly right out of the water. The Seagull sub. So this was kind of a fun build with the wing shape the way it is. Kind of swept back like that. I was trying to make the wings kind of fold back out of the way. So in order to do that, we had to have some servos on there connecting the wings, and also some hinges as well on the front wings there to get them to fold in properly and fold out properly. It's not the fastest plane in the world, but again, it wasn't really designed for speed. But it does fly. It really has good control. You can basically level yourself off, and it'll almost fly completely level, all on its own. So that is the Seagull sub. Again, great suggestion. And it's very fun to just be able to fly in and out of the water wherever you want. So this kind of inspired me to build a second build, which was kind of similar to the same thing, but I didn't want it to be a sub going underwater. I wanted it to be more of a ground effects vehicle that I was trying to build. That was something that would stay just above the water, but not actually touching the water, but it's not fast enough to actually fly. So I'll be uploading the Seagull sub to the shop if you want to have a look at it, take it apart, build one yourself. But let's take a look at what this inspired. So let's head back out to the water, seeing how we need to be at the water. So this looks very similar to the Seagull sub, except this one is not a sub. As you can see, we've got the jet seat on there, so I'm going to get kicked out if I go underwater. So we can travel along the surface like this, but we can also extend our wings out a bit. I find that about a 45-degree angle. We get about the best speed. We can get up to about 130 on the surface. Fairly decent steering controls, with our tail fin in the back there. We can't extend our wings all the way out like this. That slows us down a wee bit. But as you can see, kind of a ground effects where we don't have enough thrust to actually fly, so it just keeps us above the surface. That's why I had the adjustable wings, so you could adjust how much lift you had in the front. But when we tip like this, and then we hit number 1, then our boat turns into a helicopter. Simple as that. It actually flies pretty decently like a helicopter as well. So we're just using seat steering and a bit of our rudder steering for the boat in the back. We got a couple of mini thrusters there that are pushing us, so we don't have extreme speed. But we can just fly to wherever it is that we're going. And again, by not holding anything at all, it will actually keep itself above the ground. Comes down really, really slow. If you need a little bit of lift, you just give it a couple of taps on them thrusters, pull back, and your seat steering will lift up the front end. So you can't just hover around like this. When you're landing in the water, you definitely want to keep your propellers at a 90-degree to the water until you're actually in the water. Like this, turn those off, and then you can extend it out, and away you go as a boat. So it's really great to be able to zip towards the land like this. You can have somebody chasing you. Put those up, hit number 1, and fly out of the water. Ha ha ha! Come and get me, suckers! And that is the Boatcopter. Let's see, we can zip along here. There's not too many vehicles that can rip through here and get through the other side in one piece. Let's see, we'll see if we can zip through here, fly through that ring of fire, and land back in the water. All in one fluid motion. So like this, and then like this, and then we go up. And then we turn those off, and we come back down. Yeah! No problemo. Bodocopter. Very much bird-inspired, just like the last one. Alright, let's take a look at our next build. So our next build here is called the Spirit of Water. See if the fishes really like it too. How's it going, guys? So the Spirit of Water is a racing sub. This is one specific purpose, WASD controlled, spacebar for your thrust. There's only water propellers on this. It does about 180 kilometers an hour with decent speed. And you can literally land on the aircraft carrier out of the water. I've attempted to literally jump over the aircraft carrier a few times. But if we hit space, we can see that she takes off right away. 160k, 170k. We can ride on the surface. Like this. 197 kilometers an hour. Just like that. Nice and quick. But what's really fun is when you get good air by diving down like this and then come up out of the water. Serious airtime. Okay, we're going upside down. So as you can see, we got definite speed. We got all the speed that we can shake a stick at. We can't fly because there's no thrusters other than our propellers, water propellers. Woohoo! Yeah, she's fast. She's very fast. Very fast. So as you can see why it's a racing sub. My nose keeps going up as well. I might need to adjust the design so that we don't get so much lift in the nose. So if we get rid of these, I bet you we'll get rid of that lift. I'm going to save it. Save. Yeah, that's the new one. Like that, and now we're going to get in it, and we're going to go. So we still got the same speed, but now, I believe, when we jump out the water, yes, we got a nice arc. Don't have those wings lifting that front end so much. So now you can try and arc over land like this, and go, yeah! Come on, come on! Nope, oh, nope, not so much. Alright, let's try that again. I think we can clear it. I think we can make it. It's not like, oh, I just need to build up more speed. Well, you got all the speed you need about 10 seconds after you hit the space bar. Oh, nope, we lost a part. Here we go. This is it. Big one like this. Lots of air. Last minute. Pull up and go. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Whee! Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. Who talks about that? Oh, and here we are in Oblivion. We're not falling. We're just floating. And back on Earth. Ooh. What? I went right through the boat. Wow. Okay. That was interesting. Didn't even break a piece. Wow. Never done that before. So that is the Spirit of Water. Racing sub. Race around the island. Race underneath some of these stones, maybe. Right? Find yourself some of these loops to race through. I don't think this would do so good on Race Island. It doesn't have the turning radius that you'd probably need on a closed course. But for open racing, open ocean racing, definitely. This thing's fun. You can try and collide with each other in the air. That'd be fun too. So Spirit of Water, I'll be uploading that as well. You'll probably see a chunk of these uploads after the video is uploaded. So have a look-see. Alright, let's head back to the land and take a look at our next build. So I'm sure the majority of you are familiar with the movie Starship Troopers and the warrior bugs that they had to battle on planet Klindathu. You can blow off a limb and it's still 96% battle effective. And that's very true with this thing too. So that's what I built, was a warrior bug. Right, we can turn left and right the head a wee bit like this. Spacebar opens up your mouth. W and S is to tilt the head. And left shift will give us our attacking prongs. These are the legs there. They stab and poke and do all kind of damage with. And number 1 is our walking. So we can just toggle number 1. He starts walking. We can steer. We can be all nasty bug-like. He walks fairly decently. His legs are shaped the same way that the bug's legs are shaped. Looks very much like it. Reminds me very much of it. So you can jump out like this and be all like, "Ah, the bugs is coming, the bugs is coming." So that was a fun build as well. That was a kind of a creature I was wondering if I could make that 4-legged walking motion, make it look anything like it did in the actual movie because of the weird shape of the head and the way it's off balanced. But as you can see, it seems to be doing pretty good. Doesn't run quite as fast as the warrior bugs did, but it still walks. So that's good. That's good. As we can see here, the legs were simply some pipe pieces on some servos, and then they're angled out a little bit on some steering hinges to try and come out a little bit of like a 30-degree angle. And then just some simple steering hinges on down to the legs. We've got some pistons that extend and retract so we can lift the legs out of the way as we're walking. And then of course we got our suspension down on the feet, so there's no bang and crash and boom and falling apart when it comes in contact with the ground. The steering is a helicopter engine underneath, unfortunately. Trying to get these legs to turn and steer was just causing all kinds of problems. So I just decided to go with a helicopter engine. I can't really turn the head too far as well, because the legs get in the way. So, unfortunately, not as organic as the actual ones in the movie, but pretty darn close. Pretty darn close. So that is the Warrior Bug, Starship Troopers. I'll be uploading that as well. Doesn't have any like ranged weapons, but you'll notice that his back hips on that servo there, that is set to about a 10% strength with no controls to help control the back and forth action of the actual walking to try and keep it a little smoother. It was really bouncy when everything was rigid, so I figured, okay, I'm going to put some hips on him so that his hips can turn a little bit, and he still walks forward. It will actually walk uphill a little bit, probably not on this because it's the muddy stuff, it's all slick. But he does walk uphill a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this guy trucking up this way. Now he's probably going to end up turning on the hill and sliding back down that way. But we'll leave him over there. And we're going to come over here and we're going to show you the final build of today's video. Is this. This is called, I call this the Hucka Chucka Dynamite. Because that's exactly what it does. Hucks a chucks a dynamite. So all it does is lean back. And then there are 96 sticks of dynamite in here. That will be released sequentially. Oh, there goes the bug. See, he's taking off. He knows what's coming. He's like, man, I ain't facing that thing. Look at all that dynamite. So these can be fired by just hitting number 1, turns on the magnets. These are magnetically propelled. Wow. There's a double layer of magnets on the inside. And then number 2 releases them sequentially, so you get this effect. That's a lot of dynamite. You know what I mean? So, let's jump out of here. There's a second way you can fire this too. Here, I'll show you real quick. See if we can get this to work. I call this the Mega Bomb. So if we lean all the way back... Oh, man. Okay, we got to move out of the way because we're actually on dynamite. So let's come over here. Rebuild the Hucka Chucka Dynamite. Lean it all the way back. And then, before we turn on the magnets, hit number 2. So that they all disconnect. Here, let's try and get them all lined up. Yep, so they all disconnect like that. Now they are all disconnected. We'll make sure it's leaned all the way back. And then you hit the magnets. Oh, Mega Bomb. But as you can see, sometimes it blow yourself up too. It's such a Mega Bomb, it blow you up. Where'd the bug go? Oh, he's over there by the trees. Okay, we can't let him get away. I want to show you something, Mr. Bug. Alright, let's see if we can blow these suckers up. Bugs are coming! Okay, that guy's taken off. This guy looks like he's hurting. But as you can see, you can blow off a limb and he's still 96% battle effective. See, we get a lot of unexploded dynamite here too with this Hucka Chucka. Boom! And that is how you kill the bugs. This is the bug spray. Spraying the bugs with the dynamites. Oh, this is just gonna put dynamite everywhere. See if we can get one to blow up and trigger the whole thing. Nice. Nice. Okay, so we got this guy wandering over here. All by his lonesome. Let's go, buddy. Say hello to my little friend. Boom! That is how you kill alien bugs. The only good bug is a dead bug. So that is the Hucka Chucka Dynamite. I'll be uploading that as well. I know how much you guys love to see me make weapons. Alright, I think that's all we got for you in this video, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you for hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button. Leave a comment. The algorithm loves it. And we will see you in the next one. Ciao.